Wake up and I feel like cash. Wake up and I feel like M's. My foot stays pressed on the gas. I'm glad I don't feel like them. They might just get flexed on. Got that spice like Szechuan. Can't be touched, I'm Teflon. Once I met Zac Efron. Go hard for the bros and the bros hot mine. Don't think for a sec that I won't drop on. Wanna stay for the show? Just log on to RoneDotCom. Get knocked off and we still rock on. Come to the pound, see a real top dog. Wanna stay for the show? Then just log on to RoneDotCom.
RoneDotCom, another edition, another episode. So fucking sorry for being tardy, dude. I'm so goddamn sorry for being late. It's a jungle outside. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under, bro. It's fucking nasty out there. Every day when I bike in, there's a counter on the bridge to see how many people have biked over the bridge. Today was the lowest I'd ever seen it. Only 83 brave souls have braved the bridge this morning. And it's fucking treacherous, dude. It's fucking disgusting out there. I thought we were done with the snow, but somehow it claws back into our lives. No matter. You guys are here. We're in here. And Mac's in here. What's up, my brother?
How we doing? Oh, listen to that crack.
You hear that? That's a little Phoenix energy drink. Not even as an ad, just for the love of the game. May I be the first to say that Mac is full-time at Barstool now?
Oh.
Yes. I know that at home you guys are applauding like it's the goddamn State of the Union. I know that you guys are rising from your toilets as you take a shit, turd still pinched between cheek to fucking...
Yep. Wipe. Don't forget to wipe. But let's get some dubs. Employed. Let's get some employeds in the chat.
My boy is employed as hell. W Mac, dude. Nobody grinds like Mac. Well, some people do, but nobody grinds like Mac in that, in the overall overarching sentiment. Absolute gorilla in here. Soy boy J1X said, no, I'm good. I'm about to wipe. I'll shut up and listen. So he was waiting to poop till we started the show. No, finally he blasted off. But dude, huh?
He's got to hold that in.
Yeah, bro.
Pinch the cheeks.
When you hold it in, it does feel nice. It's a little bit more euphoric once you finally blast off.
You ever hold one in and then it just gets worse though when it exits?
What do you mean worse?
Like I feel like the longer you hold it in, sometimes the harder it gets to expel. It's like a Newtonian.
Okay. It's Newtonian, yeah. And like the object at rest has stayed at rest for too long.
There you go.
And it can't be expelled with force.
Yeah.
Totally. I totally get it, dude. Sharp from the start, they're saying. I mean, this isn't that's not the kind of show that this is. That we're not going to start with poop, but there is some poop in there, in all of us, But yeah, so happy for Mac. Deserves it. Definitely deserves it. And, he'll be working on this show. He'll be working on Hoopin' and Hollering. He'll be working on Son of a Boy Dad. So just grinding.
Your own business.
Yeah. I hope a good business to be in, bro. Let's make some
best business.
Let's make some cheese, brother. Let's make some cash. I was dismayed to find out, too, that I wasn't following you on Twitter.
Yeah, I got that notification, I think it was last night.
Yeah.
After you had sent me a text asking for something. That I delivered on, of course. But, and then I saw the notification. I was under the covers. Shirt was off. Pants were on.
What? You wear your pants in bed? Or are you talking about jammy pants?
I was wearing sweats.
Oh, got it.
Just, something to...
Outside pants.
Yeah. I saw that on Twitter. I almost tweeted out that you followed me because I was so excited.
You could have. Honestly, I saw you from a reply to a Nate tweet.
Yeah. Well, that was a reply to a Tommy tweet, I think.
Right. Nate replied to, yeah. Nate was they were setting lines on how many tweets Nate would have during the State of the Union yesterday. There's a line going around the office. It was 4.5. And he came in at a hulking 0, dude. He came in at 0 tweets, and I had smashed the over. And it broke my damn heart. It just fucking broke my heart. So I was going to go see what was going on there. Then I saw Mac gassing up Tommy, gassing up Nate, and I was like, oh, fuck.
He's the best.
I got to get in there. I don't know. I thought I followed Cheapy Mac.
Yeah, I mean...
Did you switch it? I guess I didn't. But I have you saved on my phone as Cheapy Mac.
That's sick.
They're saying you just started with poop. They're on our ass. Just like that poop. Just like that shit. Packed and fun show today. Mac is going to be pitching some ideas to Oona. This was all like going on in the office this past week. When we found out on Friday that Mac had gotten full time, I cracked the bottle of Whistle Pig that Mac gifted to me last week for absolutely no reason. Just came on the show, gifted me some Whistle Pig, and I said, you know what? Let's all drink in this together. And we were kind of sharing it, and then it turned into this feeding frenzy. These piranhas fucking gnashing in a tank, desperate for Mac's attention. Everybody, using words like shiny new toy, and everybody was like, well, you said you were going to work with me. Tommy said you were going to work with me on this, and Oona was saying you were going to pitch ideas, and everybody wanted you to work on so many different things, and it came up that you were going to pitch Oona ideas. I said, just save it for the show.
Yeah, there was weirdly like some beef that got expunged on Friday a little bit. I feel like
we were expunging beef.
Well, I wouldn't say beef as much as there was maybe some disagreements.
Yeah. You could say beef.
I don't want to say beef though, because the beef, if it was beef, hypothetical beef, maybe it's like beyond beef. Like
like a fake meat.
Yeah.
Like lentils.
Yeah, I'm gonna air this out. Actually, Tommy was pissing me off because I made a video. I spent a ton of time working on a video for him that he then didn't watch for a month and a half.
That's insane.
That was crazy.
That's so disrespectful of Tommy to do that.
And it was and I was so upset because I like Tommy and I want to.
Well, you were trying to be in the Tommy business too.
Yeah, I was just trying to be in business.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job.
Yeah, and Tommy, I remember the idea that he came. Do you want to say what the idea was, or is it still in the hopper a little bit?
I think it might still happen.
Got it.
We're working with another producer to get it to happen, I think.
But I just, that's gotta be a top pet peeve for editors when they send something to somebody. How did you know that he didn't watch it?
Because I kept going up to him and asking him if he watched it.
Oh, he was just honest with you about it?
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. He probably said that to me 7 times over the course of a month.
He hit you with
he's a busy guy.
No, he's not. No, he's not. What is he busy with? List the things that he's busy with.
Being the man.
No,
women.
No. That's your best case scenario. That maybe he's like busy watching Survivor. Like what could he be busy with? Should I call him and ask him? Actually, he'll be on the show later on. We'll rehash this beef when Tommy comes on the show later on, because after that shot of Whistle Pig on Friday, we were able to play a new Tommy game that he's been trying to dive into. Did he have a name for that game?
He did have a name, but I don't remember it. I want to say it was called like Suits, but I know it's not that.
Yeah, something surely dumb. Something that's surely dumb. But I mean, he's really trying to get it off the ground, so why not help him? He at least, comes into the office. He comes into the office on Friday. I went upstairs in the office on Friday, and I just like muttered to myself, and the length of time that it echoed was fucking insane. It was just like pinging nonstop. It was 0 souls on board upstairs on Friday. Broke my damn heart, and I guess that's one of the perks of the job. But I think it was it because Pete was out? Yeah, Pete was out doing curling, and then all the brave soldiers that are always there, or the couple brave soldiers that trudge in on Friday, were not in there, and it just broke my damn heart. So that's why we're going to give credit to Tommy for actually coming in on Friday, for actually making the effort. People who make the effort on Friday will definitely get a leg up in the Rone business, and so we want to do that for him. We also have Jersey Jerry coming on later on to talk about negotiating custody of Lil Sasquatch as he trudges forward with Telluride Bush, as that becomes an absolute rocket ship. We need to be able to share Lil Sasquatch. I mean, he has, 8 hours a week that he can give to the company, and so I want to make sure I can get my 4-ish, 3.5, 4-ish, 5-ish some weeks, and then they're gonna get, the rest of it. They're gonna get the rest of the time. But I just want to be able to have a good negotiation. Sass and Bush, Jerry and Mook do the work. Whoa!
Fighting words.
Whoa! Hypno Llama. I'll hear you out, but back up your claim. You can't just say that. You can't just say that Jerry and Mook do the work. Sass was in there for 8 hours on a live stream, and that's what concerned me. If he has 8 hours to give and they get all 8 hours, where's my 8 hours? Jerry and Rone spit roasting the poor boy. It's not even like that. It's not even like that. There's no spit roasting. We just want to make sure that he's taken care of in like the best possible way. And Jerry's his boss over there. Sass just kind of sits there. What the fuck? Yeah, there's no bush without Sass. Exactly. Straight cap, Sass invented it. I remember when Sass came to me with this idea, hat in hand, twisting it in his hand like Oliver Twist, like goddamn Oliver Button, like he was eating cockroaches out of a canister before the bush came along, and now he's fucking living. So I don't want to hear it. He's shooting bots half the time he's on stream. Yeah, maybe. And they also said Jerry's got to take the Wonderlick. But there's also one other thing that I wanted to get to today. And I think that we all noticed it. I think that we all noticed it last night, yesterday in kind of what was happening. And I think in the last couple months, we've kind of noticed it. And I think, and this is kind of outside of the norm of what we talk about on RoneDotCom, but I think that we are kind of watching a puppet government in play. I think that we are watching some type of puppet government, and I think that there's some things that we could do to kind of paint that. But there's puppeteering going on. I'm making that claim right now, and I'll lay it out. Obviously, with the puppet government, there's going to be military and financial aid, okay? There's going to be a lot of military and financial aid right now. I think that we're seeing that clearly with what was going on yesterday. Explosive stuff going on yesterday. There's diplomatic protection. I think that we saw a lot of that going on, and we've seen that going on for quite some time, and that's why this puppeteer is able to act how they act so nefariously. I think that there's obvious lobbying power. This person will, or this puppet, you know, this organization will kind of go and they'll be able to make things happen with, you know, with just a little bit of lobbying. They just have to ask. They just have to kind of lean on somebody. And there's that military, that strategic integration that we always see with the puppet government. And I think that we saw it fully on display yesterday. And I think we've seen it for a while. And I'm here to finally call it out once and for all. And I'm talking about the true puppeteer right here, and that's Austin, Dave's guy. And he has been propping up Dave, and he has been puppeteering Dave, and I invited him on this show to talk about it, but Austin is the one pulling the strings, and I'm here today to pull back the mask. Obviously, Austin refused to come on the show because he is nervous that I know what is going on. But Austin, I don't know if Dave is like, if it's like a Mitch McConnell situation, if Dave's just kind of puttering around and Austin is behind the scenes fucking, you know, crafting all this, creating all this on his own. But there is something afoot with Austin. And we saw it first with Bush. We saw it when he came on RoneDotCom and was talking about the need for live streaming, but I want to expose a little bit more of what's going on with Austin. His power is growing. The strings are getting taut as he pulls Dave and stands him erect. But the real decision maker is Austin. One of the things that tipped me off to this was a couple weeks ago, Austin called me up and he's like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about the hooping and hollering guest process. I was like, what? You want to talk to us about that? Austin wants to talk to us about that? And as I pull back, all the conversations that everybody is having, that they think they're having with Dave, they're actually having with Austin. The way that Big Cat parlays with who used to be Dave, it's now with Austin. And it has me wondering, is Austin really the guy that's in charge of Barstool Sports? I feel it. I see it. I see it with my own eyes. He's talking with me about the minutia, the ticky-tacky stuff. You call Dave and he's on a yacht with sunglasses on, a fucking line dropped in the water as he's pulling up cobia. He is not... He's enjoying his life. Austin is in the trenches. Austin is doing the nitty-gritty work. Austin's getting his hands dirty. Austin has dirt under his fingernails. Austin's the one bleeding for the company. Austin's the one making the decisions. Keep an eye on this. As we see it happening with the Bush, that's almost like the test run. That's like the Austin dictatorship 1.0 that they're kind of pushing out there to see how that works. There is so much more that's happening with Austin, and the narrative starts today. The narrative starts today, and I'm just telling you that. I'm watching it happen. I said, Austin, come on the show. I want to talk about Bush. That was a honeypot operation. Easy. Obviously. Layup. That was a honeypot operation. I wanted him to come in and talk about Bush, quote unquote. I said, can you do RoneDotCom tomorrow? He said, did you mean to send this to me? What kind of chub fingers do you think I'm working with, Austin? Do you think that I'm fucking accidental? Why would it be an accident that I'm asking you this? Yes. To talk about what? Bush. Honeypot operation. Obviously on my part. The only way you can deal with a puppeteer is to puppeteer them. He says, as much as I'm a big fan of Rone and the vision of RoneDotCom and what the space is trying to fill, I'm going to have to decline on the basis of not wanting to appear as though I'm trying to be in content. So do you see how he's already casting these shadows on the wall like it's goddamn Plato's cave? Plato's cave, that was for you, Mac.
Yeah, that was nice.
I know you're an erudite gentleman back there.
Philosophy guy.
I said my real line of questioning is for what kind of roles you were filling for Dave. Mask off, pulled the mask off, and I put his feet right to the fire. And I feel like it would be best for you to answer that rather than me running away with the narrative. And that's what you guys are watching right now. And I said, and my offer would be to pay you via donation to the charity of your choice in your name. So basically, by Austin not coming on this program, he has taken money out of the mouths of the children at St. Jude's, or money out of the mouths of the firefighters at the Fight for Firefighters Foundation, or money out of the mouths of the Mayo Clinic, or whichever. I mean, I don't even know what charities that he's into, but I know that he's not into giving to charities, and it bothered me. But his response was, narratives don't bother me. I think 99% of people think my job is coffee runner and pool cleaner, which, you know, I think he takes pride in that. The fact that he has pulled the wool over our eyes. The only thing I concern myself with is Dave's opinion or potential opinion, which is the reason I'm turning this down. Disgusting. Let it be known, Austin, we are on to you. We have exposed you. We know what's going on. We know that you are running a shadow government through the guise of being Dave Portnoy's pool boy, and we will not stand back, and we will not stand by. We will not stand silent. We know what you're doing, Austin, okay? You're running this company in the shadows, and that's not going to fly. Anything that happens in the shadows at this company, I will bring to light. That is my promise. RoneDotCom every single time. Now let's talk about Summerhouse. Have you guys seen any of this stuff with Summerhouse? Summerhouse is going absolutely crazy right now. Really interesting stuff with Kyle and Amanda. And it's just, I mean, it's as explosive as it gets. It really is. Just juicy gossip that I just can't, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm seeing this in the chat. I don't know if I should, I don't know how much more I should start to pull back. Do you feel like, Mac, do you feel like people were aware of this? Well, I'll get into Summerhouse. I promise I won't leave Summerhouse dangling.
I don't think so, but I'm a guy who's wistfully unaware of most things.
I think you certainly mean blissfully unaware.
Perhaps.
Or wistfully unaware kind of means like you're wishing you were aware. Wistfully unaware.
That sounds right to me.
Okay, you're wistfully unaware.
Either way, some kind of istfully unaware.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I've watched every owners meeting so far, and the ones that have had Austin, I've thought about commenting, not heinous things.
Yeah.
But expressing my disappointment in the way that leadership has tended to move along with the Bush.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm a Dave guy.
Yeah.
I support
Of course.
Dave if he wants to allow himself to be puppeted. Your words, not mine.
Right, my words.
Then I'll support Dave 100%.
Yeah, totally. And I think that I appreciate your willingness always to go to war, Mac. And I want you to know that if you any war you're in, I'm in that war too, brother.
I'm a soldier for you. You point, I'll shoot. I'll do dirty stuff. I'll go against the Geneva Convention.
Well, I'm just saying that also if you crawl out of the trench and like fire the first shot, even though like I haven't given the all go, I'll send all the troops behind you. I'll be like, fuck it, like he's a goddamn cowboy, but he's our cowboy. Go fucking get him, Mac.
That's what I like to hear. That's why we're in the Rone business.
Yes, exactly. I just wanted to put that on everybody's radar. I just wanted to put this on. I think this is a huge mistake for your coworkers. Austin could get Dave to shut down the New York office. I mean, the New York office yesterday was creating a bubbling vat of content for the entire world. People could chew on it from both sides. When you have Dave stitching TikToks, you know that like that's the good shit. That's the business that he wants to be in. When Barstool can create its own content from within, our own controversies that people comment on from the outside, you guys realize that is the business model. That is like what people are buying into. It's such an absolute blessing that we got to see Jack Mack and Kelly Keegs going at each other within the office and the entire world commenting on it. And that's happening right here. Shut down the New York office. The fuck are you talking about? Then we wouldn't get moments like that. I love Kumbaya. I love Kumbaya. It can't always be Kumbaya. And this is the anti-Kumbaya factory. Like this is where it happens. This is the trading floor. You know, this is not the ivory tower by any means. There's a reason Austin moved to Chicago.
Is that even true?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have seen him posting from his apartment, but also he has the same view as Mincy.
He has spent a lot of time there.
He has the exact same view as Mincy. Is there a chance that he got like a duplex type of situation where the middle wall has a door that opens up and he and Mincy are sharing it? I don't know. I don't know.
There's a question about Mincy had that air mattress that I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, of course.
But why does he still have an air mattress up? Somebody's staying there.
It's Austin. Austin is running the war room from Chicago. That's his little flop house out there.
Confirmed.
Like in GTA, when you get your safe house, your little hideout. We can all agree that Rone is the weakest link on Son of a Boy Dad, right? Honestly, yeah, I'm happy to agree with that. How nice is it to have two dudes on your team that are stronger than you? How fucking sick is that? I'm happy to say that. Happy to be the weak link. It's so nice. Is this? Do we have multiple turkey gobblers in the chat? I know we do. I know that they're fucking going absolutely nuts in there. Yeah, I got a message the other day, and it was basically like, Queen, we need to hear your thoughts on Summerhouse. Mac, I actually might need you to start watching Summerhouse just so I have somebody to talk about it with.
I can get on. I'll binge it up this week.
Yeah, binge it up this week, and just kind of get in on just like what's going on with Kyle and Amanda. But my God, is it juicy. And it's an incredible business to be in, and it's incredible to watch. But sometimes relationships are just done. You know, sometimes you have to put a postmortem on a relationship, and to kind of set the table for you, Mac, like Kyle and Amanda have been together since this season, since the show started. It was like fucking 7 years ago that they've been together, 10 years that they've been together.
Oh, good for them.
No, it's over now because he decided to become a DJ, staying out till 6 a.m, waking up on fans' couches, and she just wants to connect. And then he's saying that she's smoking weed and stuff like that, and that it's hurting their sexual chemistry. But, you know, I think that as a married man, you can't be going out till 6 a.m. like that every single time. Maybe few and far between, there might be room for that. It can't be every single night. You can't be waking up on fans' couches. There's going to be some kind of seeds of mistrust, seeds of doubt that are sown, and it's hard to dig out from those things. From Kyle's standpoint, I get it, dude. I get where he's coming from, that he's over 40 now. He wants to make sure that he feels young and stays young and wants to have creative pursuits and is probably more famous than he's ever been, wants to capitalize on that. But they're saying he's in a Sandoval arc. They're saying that he's on his DJ shit and he's trying to be a performer, and it's not it. She deserves better. To be honest, he deserves better, but this isn't what they want together, and we're watching this slow crumbling of Rome live on that show, and it breaks my goddamn heart. It breaks my goddamn heart. They said, not the devil's lettuce. Yeah, she's smoking the devil's lettuce. Actually, that was just such a weak argument on his part. He's like, every night she's smoking weed. First off, she's a grown woman in America. If she wants to smoke weed every night, that's fine. She's not going to get hung over. It's probably safe. It's like living an NA lifestyle. But at the same time, brother Kyle, you're driving her to this. You're driving her to do this. Don't you think that she wants some type of connection? Don't you think that there's some type of escapism that she's kind of forced to deal with because she doesn't have anybody, and this person that she thought she married isn't there? Brother Kyle, can't you see that this has happened at your own hands? And it makes my heart a little bit sick. But the rest of the cast is absolutely killing it. We got some new girls on the cast this year. I'll be honest. West has completely won me over. I was in a camp of big question mark on West. He wasn't too hot on him. Now he's completely won me over. He might be the man.
This guy looks like a combination of you, Sass, and Francis.
West?
Yeah.
West. Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, I think he hot-mouthed with Brianna Chicken Fry.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for her, honestly.
Happy for both of them,
Yeah.
honestly. I think it was just like a flirtatious kiss that they shared. I don't think that there was anything to it.
It was just for fun.
It was for fun.
Goofing.
Yeah, they had a goofy kiss. They're two kids out in the world, you know what I mean? Two kids in their damn 20s.
Live a little.
They're in New York City, you know? I think this was probably like last winter, and I think that they hot-mouthed a little bit, and that's nice. And I don't think it has to turn into this whole big thing.
No. Just let the kids have fun.
Friends sharing an innocent kiss, I think that's nice, dude. I think that is really nice. And then what's the other guy's name? Solomon. What's his name? Jesse Solomon is the other guy's name, and he was making some music, getting some hate online for making what people were calling corny music. He came out with a song the other day. I was like, hey, that's not that bad. Not that bad. I thought that he had some, a little bit of heat in there. I think he's getting better, and we're seeing it live. And good for him for being bold enough to put his music out there into the world, because the world needs more songs. Do you know what I mean? Do you agree with me or not, Mac?
Yeah, the world needs as many songs as it can get.
Yeah, why not? Why not sing your song? What's your creative pursuit? I
like music. I like a lot of music.
Do you pursue it creatively, or you kind of are a passive? You kind of enjoy it.
I'm a listener of music. I like to make playlists. I like to make niche playlists for very specific moods that you've only felt once or twice in your life.
What are we talking about? What kind of moods?
I got one I'm cooking on right now. It's called early 2000s late Gen Z nostalgia, road trip nostalgia. It's a banger.
What's an example of like a song or two that would be on there?
I got it's still in early development, so there's only about 10 songs because I'm looking for that one specific.
Fine. You want the perfect songs, yeah.
I'll give you one that you might know and one that you probably won't know.
Okay.
But Tongue Tied, Group Love. You know that one?
Yes.
Like, Take me
to your best friend's house.
Yeah, classic. You would listen to that on a road trip.
Yes, exactly. Or especially like the start of a road trip.
Yep,
and you're like, we're fucking doing this.
Yeah, bro.
Woo!
Excited, you're young and alive.
Yes, you're hot mouthing with Brianna
explore.
Chicken Fry. Yes. They were probably listening to that song.
When that song comes on, you have no choice but to hot mouth.
It'll be
in your vicinity.
It's a gravitation. It's Newtonian, you know?
It is.
It'll just kind of be pulled to mouth. That's a classic. And so what's the one that I don't know? What's the one I probably won't know?
I doubt you'll know it because I only heard it one time on a radio station in I think 2012.
You heard a song one time and you've been searching for it for 14 years?
Heard it one time, and I found it by Googling the lyrics a couple of years ago. It's called We Come Running by a band called Youngblood Hawk.
Wow.
Yeah, real deep cut. Heard it on 92.9 in Boston once.
It sounds like a Native American band. Youngblood Hawk.
I don't think so. They're kind of like Arcade Fire-ish.
Okay.
They were in that generation, I'd say.
We're going to have to go and like find some time to read the lyrics. Or obviously we're not going to play the music on YouTube for fear of getting DMCA'd or some bullshit like that. But that would be... I mean, once you have this playlist, I need it shared with me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I can do. Maybe that could be a content idea. Is we go on a road trip and we listen to the playlist and see if it hits. And if it doesn't hit, then I don't know.
I am gonna wait. They just said, is Rone avoiding the Gia stuff? This is like Barstool Radio not addressing Tate versus Kelly. What Gia stuff? The fact that Gia was like coming at Dave. And that Dave came back at Gia. I'm pretty sure I talked about it, but I'm happy to talk more about it. What would you guys like me to address about it? I think that Dave probably took glee in the fact that he could stitch that with Gia, and that he could stitch a video of her saying that she like a Taylor Swift lyric that she wants to get out of her. First off, I hate to see two Taylor Swifties going head to head. Obviously, Dave, Gia, and Kelly all fly under the flag of Taylor Swift. But more importantly, I think that Gia is allowed to think and say whatever she wants about politics, and that's kind of the beauty of Barstool Sports. I'm sure some people who are Gia supporters or people who have the same political leanings of Gia are probably like, get out of that place. Like, they don't think the same as you. But I think that the diversity of ideas and the free marketplace of thought is one of the things that creates great balance in this world. And while it does create friction, like we saw yesterday, it prevents an echo chamber, which just leads to the worst type of people. So I think that people being sharpened and going to war with each other, I think that is good and healthy. And I also think that yesterday throughout the office, it kind of like, I felt like there was, I don't know, I felt like there was like a lot of like hushed conversations like happening and like people like grabbing other people for like a talk. And I wasn't privy to them, but it feels like there was like, I don't know if it was strategizing or empathizing or what was going on, but it was, I thought it was a great day of like, as an observer, like I was refreshing everything as somebody who was just like, I am enjoying the drama of all this. Like I couldn't get enough of it. Like I was refreshing and whenever there was a new tweet or like the fact that there were live arguments, like that's a testament to the people in here. People are not pussies hiding behind Twitter fingers. Kelly Keegs is going to go at Jack Mack. Jack Mack's going to go at Kelly Keegs, and they're going to do it live. Both of those two people are allowed to have their independent thoughts on this situation. Do you feel like I addressed the situation enough, or do you feel like I'm still dodging this situation? Right. Barstool's never been hushed, so it was odd that the Yak avoided it. Did they? I would have loved to see the Yak dig into it. I would have loved to see them fucking go in on it. Like, that would be fucking incredible. Yeah, we heard everybody's side. Politics is exhausting right now. I agree, but I think that this made politics kind of interesting. Dave has to make Gia relevant somehow. I don't know. That's kind of a low blow. But, Gia hates Barstool. I don't know if she does. I think that Gia was enjoying her freedom of speech yesterday, which is something that she's afforded at Barstool that she wouldn't be at another job. Rones, what's worse, Trump and the Epstein files or Joe Pa? Jesus Christ. I think Trump and the Epstein files is worse than Joe Pa. Joe Pa, wasn't actively doing it. Dave has to dunk on his employees because he can't win on this topic anywhere else. Rone, you look especially handsome today. Really? Is it my boy mom hat? A little playing with gender roles, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. Just throwing on a hat that says mom, even though I am decidedly a male. Dave is exhausting. I don't get how people still like him. And see how you're allowed to have that opinion and it's fucking cool. Connor Griffin knew. Maybe we have a deep array of Barstool employees who are from the Penn State cloth, and many of them are, a lot of them, Joey Langone is Penn State. I mean, obviously Tyler's back here, Penn State. We got a lot of Penn State.
Jeff D.
Lowe, Peyton, Hannah is Penn State, Dev is Penn State. Who am I forgetting that's Penn State?
There's so many. It feels like every other person's Penn State.
Every other person's Penn State. Yeah, every other person's
cool.
Penn State. But you said Jeff D. Lowe. Jeff D. Lowe also did Mook knew. He did? That's so fucking depressing. Max, no, he's not. Mook is not either. But both of them would have thrived. Both of them probably visited Penn State. People forget JJ was Penn State. Yes, JJ. No, wait, it wasn't. No, JJ was Drexel actually. That's fucking a deep cut. Dave went at Gia for complaining about her job, not for her political view. Maybe, but I think he also went at her for that kind of stuff. But I think that he was like, it's nice that he can argue with somebody internally because they can go back. I mean, the fact that Dave went and videotaped Kelly, that shows that he likes her. If you think that Dave, for example, with the Tate stuff, Dave didn't want to go back and forth with Tate because he didn't like Tate at that time. And I know his opinion on Tate has grown a little bit or after the Mincy stuff. But the people he goes back and forth with are the people that he likes. The fact that he goes back and forth with Brandon Walker are people that shows that he likes them. Did Rone know? Absolutely not. And I think I was the first Penn State person to decry all of that. I think that I was pretty on record when all that was coming out, being fuck anybody that knew about this and swept it under the rug. You know what I mean? I'm out here fucking letting people know. I'm not sweeping shit under the rug, bro. I'm not sweeping stuff unless it deserves to be swept. Rone, what are your thoughts on the massive fandom Sass has accumulated? We are diehards. It's only the tip of the iceberg, June Young Ling Ling. Only the tip of the iceberg. And Sass will become massive. Also, Francis will become massive. We're watching Francis right now have a meteoric rise, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Barstool Fanda. I've been seeing this brother everywhere. Rone cheated Wonderlick results to make Sass #1. It's clear from the video because Sass got so much wrong. LMAO, more than smokes. It's in the video. Nah.
That's a crazy allegation.
That's crazy.
Unbaseless.
That's crazy of you to say that. I would never do that to my boy Sass, bro. I mean, Francis. That's crazy, Fanda. Why would I do that, bro? No. Come on, bro. That's propaganda. Sass just can't be smart. Sass can't just be smart. He said that is a true allegation. 100% cheated for Sass. No, I didn't. What are you talking about? I seriously wouldn't do that. But, oh my God, this is devastating news. I just got a text from Security Pat. You see this brother Security Pat over my shoulder right here. Sparky took off today. Ugh! God damn it. What the fuck is wrong with Sparky? Sparky loves to accost me in the hallways and be like, you're fucking dodging me because you didn't. Anytime that I'll do the show walking around the city, he thinks that I'm doing that to specifically dodge him. And I was excited for him to be on. I told him last week, next Wednesday, right, Sparky? I just got a text from Austin.
Oh.
He said, immediately stop talking about this. Too late. Too late, Austin.
That's crazy.
He says, the moment you mentioned shadow government and the rant, I knew what narrative you were trying to spin. Sad to see we've resorted to using fake news as a blackmail. Fake news. Where have we heard that before? Where have we heard the idea of fake news as a blanket term to obfuscate everything?
Great word.
Obfuscate. My boy is obfuscating. My boy Austin clearly obfuscating right now. When you start calling into question the news in general, then we have this We don't know what's real. Maybe some of the Epstein files were being fabricated. Maybe the cat doing the Macarena on my phone is AI, or maybe it's real. I don't know, because guys like Austin are puppeteering and saying fake news, obfuscating. Guys like this are fucking obfuscating. Got it, bro. If you want to obfuscate, I'm gonna shine light on it. If he's trying to Plato's cave us, Matt, can you give me just a brief reminder of what went on in Plato's cave?
Plato's cave. I know you're trying to gotcha me right now.
I'm not trying to. You're like a fact check guy. You can look it up on your computer.
I can look it up.
You don't have to like know it off the top of your head. I wasn't quizzing you. No, I'm trying to affirm it.
It was a thought experiment by Plato, the philosopher, where a bunch of people basically lived their whole lives in a dark ass cave, and there's like one opening, but they couldn't see it, and so there were like shadows on the wall or something, and maybe I'm gonna look it up.
No, that's very close. That's very close, but it's like, what were the shadows? The shadows were like made to be bigger than what they were, so the people in the cave thought that the shadows were the full size.
They thought it was real life. That looks right.
Just give us read us a synopsis, just so that people could kind of know exactly what Austin's doing. Austin is hiding something. Austin is guilty. Austin could have come on to speak his truth, supporting his ego. Whoa, ego talk. Crazy. Rone mogging. Wow, that's fucking insane. But I hate to do that. Francis needs to be fired yesterday. Strong disagree. What the fuck? Like, are you trying to create like micro-fascism within Barstool Sports where like the dissenters are silenced? Should the dissenters be silenced? Is that what kind of world, the type of world that we're living in, where people who disagree should be silenced? Or should the people who disagree have a voice? Oh, yeah. 3 dudes in the cave. One went outside to see the real world, came back to tell the boys, but they had no trust because the cave is all they knew. Is that it?
I think that's pretty right.
Wow. Shout out to Dave Garcia, GB2TO. Shout out to David Garcia.
Nailed that one.
Hell yes, nailed the shit out of that. Rone likes Eric Boom. I don't know who that is, but maybe. Rone view maxing, teasing the Bush talk. I mean, Jerry's going to come on and do the Bush talk, but we already did heavy Bush talk. We're going to keep on doing Bush talk. I was going to rock my Bush gear today, but it didn't.
Ship.
It didn't. Well, no, it just didn't go with the outfit. You know, it was more color scheme dependent. I'm really just all color schemes.
Bush has the best merch in all of esports right now, I think. That out there.
Yeah, it really is. Bush has also a wildly diverse fan base, which I truly appreciate. I'm talking every color of the flag, every color of the LGBTQ
is that
flag.
A gay joke?
No joke about it, bro.
Okay, valid.
It's a gay fact. Rone is a Bush op. Could Eric Boom is Bush #1 enemy? Whoa. Rone, thoughts on perception of Big Cat in the New York office? I think that Big Cat is pretty well respected as one of the leaders of Barstool Sports. Jace sounds like a toddler. Rone and Sass walks the tunnels of New York City would slap. I know better than to ask Sass to do a walk with me. But I do have, he is going to do a steak off. We're about to fire into some steak offs. Oh, for St. Patrick's Day, this was an idea from our brother Nate. We're going to do a Splitting the G tournament.
Oh, my God.
Splitting the G tournament.
That's great content.
Do you see? Look at how Mac lit up right there. That fucking had me fired up. My boy Mac fucking, nobody likes his pints like Mac. But yeah, Splitting the G tournament. How many people do you think we could get in on that? Is it 32? Is it 16? Is it a bracket? It's got to be a bracket, right?
March Madness, no?
Yeah.
Or the tournament.
Yeah, tournament. So Splitting the G tournament. Like we're, and also like, This is where I do wish that we had a. I just got a text from. Oh man, actually I don't even know if I could say that. A text from Big Cat. This is probably their information. I'm sure it'll come out. I'll bring it up next week. This is like this is where I'm jealous of the Chicago office having Deutsch and or Dana Beers, because if we do a Splitting the G tournament, that's going to leave a lot of, like, unfinished Guinnesses. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. Maybe you could rig it up So like only a certain amount.
No rigging, bro. You're sounding like Austin.
Not rigging in that sense. In terms of like jerry rigging, so that like
Jerry's rigging what, bro?
fuck.
Use your words carefully, bro.
You caught me here.
No, I think that the best way to do it is that you just afterwards you just finish. You have to finish your beer to get to like once you make it to the next round, you finish your beer. So it gets harder as the tournament goes on. I think we could do 16 or 32 people in the Chicago or in the New York office. I mean, if they want to do it, we could maybe pop out there or something like that. But the gerrymandering is fire. The having the splitting the G, I think that was a great idea by our brother Nate. And I think I said to him, great idea. And he was like, geez, bro, you don't have to say it like that. Like, I was like, no, I'm genuinely saying good idea. And I think that he's so sarcasm poisoned that when someone comes to him genuinely saying, that was good job, he is on the defensive being like, why are you coming at me? It's like, no, Nate, that was a good idea. I support it. And thank you for coming to me with that good-ass idea. Have you split the G? Can you think you're nice at splitting the G?
Me?
Yeah, bro.
Brother, I'm Irish as fuck. It's in my DNA to split the G.
You might split a Peroni too, though, bro, because I'm pretty sure you're Italian as well.
Yeah, but in the namesake is Irish, and that's where everybody knows Irish blood's thicker than Italian blood.
You might be able to split the P.
Certainly can split a P.
Nate stole it from Deutsch. He did a video on that the other day. I hate to break this to you, but Deutsch did not invent splitting the G. And I love Deutsch with all my heart, but he doesn't have ownership of splitting the G, especially tourney style, you know.
Who would be your sleeper for that? Because I kind of have an idea of who I think would be at the top, but I feel like there would be a dark horse.
Okay, who do you think would be at the top, and who's like a horse? Because I have sleepers in my head right now.
I think Large could be up there.
Okay.
I think Nate himself kind of suggested the idea, maybe because he's been practicing in the shadows, drinking a lot, maybe. Doesn't look it.
But he doesn't know, but he looks so damn jacked that it's hard to say.
Jacked.
Like, I don't know if he really drinks like that. Like, I know that they went to the bar to watch, like, the USA hockey game, but I don't even know if he was really, like, drinking. Like, I think that he was more there for, like, the camaraderie.
Gotta respect that. And then my sleeper would be Pat McAuliffe.
Pat McAuliffe, tall Pat.
Tall Pat. A lot of volume.
Good hair, Pat.
Right, he's gonna look great in a couple months.
Patty with the good hair. How do you judge who moves on? Isn't it just going to come down to millimeters? Yes, and that's what's like. There's going to be a judging panel of like who split the G better, and if we have to go into overtime and split another G, so be it. So G it. My sleepers are Mooby and Smelly.
Ooh.
I think that those Gyaldem can split a G with the best of them. I think that they have a bit of a G splitting acumen, and I wouldn't be surprised. They can drink, and I think that they're down. And I think I saw a video of them splitting the G recently. It was very impressive. Nursing that hangover, Jace. Pat Bev or Joe Paul, who would you rather do a pod with? So Pat Bev, people are asking what's going to happen with Pat Bev. That is above my pay grade, but happy to see that all that was sorted out. That's great news. Rone, the people tell me you're an op, but I don't believe that's true. Jace TP. Of course I couldn't be an op, brother. Rone, do you back the Bush? Of course I back the Bush. Come on. The Bush is strong. You the Bush, everybody in the Bush realizes that the Bush is strong, right? You guys realize that you're strong, right? You guys realize you have a strong foundation. That and the Bush is like strong and smart and fast and funny. Most importantly, like the Bush is funny. And so like the Bush is not fragile. And the Bush can take jokes. I know that about the Bush. Tag inside the brim is crazy. Oh, shit. I didn't realize I was still rocking the fucking...
That's tough.
I was still rocking the Tizag.
Oh.
Come on, brother. This is you could buy this on Barstool Sports right now. Scan that fucking QR code. You could scan that right now. You could probably honestly break into like... a Planet Fitness or something like that with this QR code. See, that's crazy. It doesn't want to focus on the QR code or on the barcode, because why did we ever go from barcodes to QR codes? What was so wrong with the barcode? Is a barcode like a key where every barcode is different? Jason, I feel like you have an answer on this. Do you want to just you can go ahead and say it.
The barcode is just like it's a code that gets scanned, so each like computer system can have its own definition for the code.
And so what's the difference between that and a QR code?
QR code, I think, just like it's more connected to the internet somehow. I'm not sure how, but that's how it opens up like web pages and stuff like that. But there are, infinite barcodes for infinite different products in different stores, and when two line up, like you can scan it at a different store and it comes up as their product. Or if you have a barcode tattoo, which my friend has, if you scan it at the Hannaford's upstate, it rings up as like spicy Cheetos or something like that.
God damn.
That's sick.
That is a sick tattoo. Holy shit. Has he done it? Has he actually rang himself up?
Yeah, it rings up only as spicy Cheetos at that Hannaford's. But like in Philly, where he's from, it doesn't scan as anything.
Really? Has he gone to... I mean, there's no Hannaford's in Philly. I know that for a fact. Interesting. Wow. I mean, the QR code obviously is the natural progression of the barcode, but shout out to whoever, Mac, maybe you could look that up. Who came up with the QR code, inventor of the QR code? They said, Rone, what was your score on the test? Brothers, I had the answer. But man, well, first off, shout out to everybody that watched, and good answer, thank you for that. Shout out to everybody that watched the Wonderlick test, that's still zooming with the views, that's still fucking... piling up the views, and shout out to the people that did it as well. I don't know if they knew at the time. I think that everybody was interested in taking it, but they didn't realize that they were signing up for a humiliation ritual. And there is nothing that Barstool fans love more than seeing someone get a single answer wrong on a test and then being like, oh, you're fucking dumb as shit. Oh, and they fell into my trap. And, I mean, even the clips we're putting out, it's just like, I mean, you have to know that, like, 17 over 20 is 85%. Like, that's the kind of, like, stuff you shouldn't even have to, everybody underneath that is, like, doing the math. They're like, just multiply 17 by 5 or, like, divide 17 by 10 and then multiply by 2. That's just something you should know in your head. But also, like, we have this set up so, like, if somebody gets an answer wrong, it will give the moral high ground and the intellectual high ground to the viewer so they can be like, I fucking know this. And even if they don't know this, it's like when you're watching Jeopardy at home, like, you don't penalize yourself for the answers that you got wrong. You give yourself credit for the answers that you got right. And, like, even watching Jeopardy and Ken Jennings get something wrong, you're like, fucking dumbass Ken Jennings, even though he's statistically has to be one of the smartest.
He's the greatest.
He's the greatest.
To ever do it.
Honestly, you want to look for an early detection of the problems we were about to go through with AI. It started on fucking Jeopardy when they had Ken Jennings and that other bearded genius freak go against that the robot. Remember they went against the robot? Who came up with the QR code?
I missed that. Oh, it was a Japanese guy named Masahiro Hara. He was cooking, yeah.
Of course it was.
You wanted some more data.
Honestly, I think if you gave me 10 guesses, I could have gotten that.
You would have got that right away.
Yeah, I think if I would have known that it was not just even a Japanese guy named Masahiro Hara.
Yeah, great QR name, QR founding name.
Yeah, I wonder, can he get paid off that, or is that kind of just like you give that to the,
It's a good question. You know what the surprising thing about the QR code? Invented in 1994.
Really?
Didn't you? I felt like it was like a 2015 thing.
What were they doing with it in 2024? Like, how could...
Like, I feel like it's a recent development, but it's been around for longer than I've been alive.
Right. Like, it definitely blossomed during COVID menus and stuff like that.
That was the worst.
Worst.
I hated that.
Yeah. But yeah, what the fuck could they have been doing with it? In other disappointing founder news, the founder of Squatty Potty has had an ignominious end to an illustrious career. He was buying some nasty images, and honestly, I don't know if I can separate the art from the artists on this one. I might have to give up my Squatty Potty. I might have to, there was a year, probably about 7 years ago, where you couldn't buy a Squatty Potty for Christmas. I went to 5 locations trying to buy Squatty Potties for my family to ease their bowel movements, and I couldn't find a Squatty Potty. They had been sold out everywhere. It's a simple slab of plastic, and somehow the Squatty Potty took over, and it was so disappointing to know that that this man is just so fucking disgusting.
You ever use a Squatty Potty?
Yeah.
I've never used one. I've always wanted one.
You still want one?
Well, not anymore after the situation.
Yeah, there's a nasty situation where it's
like a knockoff, maybe.
Yeah, it's like proprietary. It's like the QR code. Like you can't have a knockoff. Like the Squatty Potty. I've tried to like make my own Squatty Potty by putting 2 rolls of toilet paper to kind of elevate my legs a little bit and
I've done that.
Simulate it, and it didn't hit the same as the actual Squatty Potty itself. Squatty Potty, it's too good. Oona first or Tommy? Let's get Oona in here. We got you have some ideas for Oona. Am I correct, Mac?
Yeah, I had a couple ideas for Oona for content because she's starting to dabble in some content. She's making some great videos.
For sure.
Yo.
Which chair? I think this chair, right?
He just told me, and then I didn't really pay attention.
I think let's try that chair.
One?
I think just kind of like the way that this is framed, I kind of enjoy this. This is good.
All right.
Oona, how are you?
What's up? I'm good. How are you?
Good. What were you doing this morning?
I was clipping Wake Up Barstool, the show.
Any good clips?
Yeah, a bunch.
How do you determine if it was a successful day of clipping?
I would say 2 to 3 is the goal, honestly, which doesn't sound like a lot, but.
So you're process based, not outcome based.
Yeah.
So you're
and
not
quality over quantity.
It went viral. Wait, quality over quantity.
Of clips, yeah, because I could make 10 clips, but they're not all going to be good.
Got it. That shows proficiency. I also saw you clipping Large's show yesterday or something.
Yes, I work on that as well.
What are all the shows that you work on?
Wake Up Barstool. You Gotta Try This. I do the clips, and then I do my show.
Facts.
Yeah.
And then maybe a new show?
Maybe a new video, maybe a new show. I don't know. We're about to find out. Right?
Can you characterize what was going on Friday? I think that on Friday I thought we were having a good time. I thought everybody was kind of like laughing in the office.
Oh yeah,
like
we had a great Friday.
We were like yucking it up.
Yeah.
Vibes were extremely
Vibes were
Vibes are great. We were celebrating Mac being full time,
Yes,
and then we all got territorial over Mac.
We did get a little territorial. I will say I've known Mac the longest.
I'm trying to think. Yeah,
Besides
I think that's
Fasoli,
true.
I've known Mac the longest. So I mean, I don't
How long have you known Mac?
since first day of the internship last year.
So like 2 days longer than I've known him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not get scrappy here.
No, I don't think me and Rone need to fight because me and Rone know where we stand with Mac. I think Tommy's the one that's trying to weasel his way in.
Yes, big time weaseling vibes from Tommy.
Yeah.
He's trying to snatch things up. But so it seemed like Mac was gonna give you some ideas.
Yeah, and he has given me some, and I have not ignored them. I've been writing them down. I've been thinking. Obviously, I work on a few things, so I'm trying to find time, and Mac's also going to help me. But yeah, no, I want to know what people think about these ideas also, and which ones they want me to do, who should be in them.
Yeah.
So I don't have to pick who should be in them, because then people will be like, why am I not in that?
Right.
So I'd like maybe
Well, you're gonna have to just deal with that of people being like, "Why am I not in that?" You're just gonna
Yeah,
have to
I
deal with that.
guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make an omelet, you have to scramble some eggs.
Oh yeah.
You have to break some eggs.
didn't know
to
where
make
that
an
was going.
omelet.
Stove on fire.
Yeah.
You have to set the stove on fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, I've been thinking of some sidebar. I've been thinking of some Spatula Dracula plot lines for the children's book. I got some heat, and it's tough. It's been tough to make Dracula into a good guy, but I have been able to make Dracula into a good guy.
Are you writing a children's book?
Yeah, just my third one.
Can I do the illustrations?
I mean, whew, Tyler is already.
Oh
deep in
shit.
it. But
Oh,
maybe,
my bad.
But I mean, maybe there's like some type of collaboration that we could kind of work.
No, I'll write
on,
my
like
own. It's okay. I can do my own.
illustrations. But I mean, you're gonna write your own Spatula Dracula. You're gonna write your own the Crane that went on vacation. You're gonna write your own Sir, Mr., and Mr. Sir.
All right. Yeah, clearly I'm behind on
Those were
this.
heaters.
I'll read up.
Let's focus on videos I think Oona should make for a Mac, and then we'll get to the illustrations.
Okay.
So a little forward. I made a little presentation. I've given you some of these ideas
have,
before,
yeah.
but I wanted to also give them get Rone's perspective on
Totally.
it.
Okay.
'Cause
And
he's
just
the
the
content
audience,
king
too.
of New York.
Yeah.
And the audience as well. So you can jump into it, Tyler. So before we get into my pitch for
Oh,
you,
good.
we have to learn a little bit about you.
Okay.
Because
Is that Justice Winslow in the bottom right?
great shout that
Yeah,
is
it is
Duke
Justice
legend Justice Winslow won
my
the
guy.
title back in 2015.
Yeah.
Wanted to include him because I knew you were a Duke fan.
Yeah. How'd you pick old Justice?
Because he's my favorite Duke player. of all
Oh,
time.
really? Okay.
So I
Guys,
figured he's also yours.
Not Tatum. You're a Celtics fan, right?
Tatum didn't win with Duke.
It's true.
A quick interruption. Sorry, we have a super chat from Jay Breezy. That's
Oh, my girl. I love
Oona is killing it. She's so talented, and I am obsessed with her piano TikToks.
Oh my God! Thanks, Jay Breezy. I love her.
That was a fun revelation that Oona can play the piano and sing.
Thank you.
Oh, that was
thanks,
awesome.
Guys. Thanks. You saw that?
Of course.
Thanks.
Those were bangers.
Oh my God! Thanks, guys.
But back to business. No more glaze.
You can go ahead and go to the next. These are going to go a little quick. So I wanted to create a mood board for you
Okay. Oh my God! I love this.
so that we could get a better idea of what content to design for you.
Okay.
So this is the mood board, excuse me, that I came up with,
Okay.
based about,
Can I see your computer a little bit?
yeah, here, let me get my, I'll just show you this.
MTV
yeah.
Unplugged, NASCAR, the Tyrannosaurus
Okay.
Rex.
Okay. Why the chicken sandwich is
You know, I was just thinking about things that really personify you.
your Twitter?
Yeah, my
It's up
Twitter
there.
is on there.
Who's that fat baby in the bottom right?
That's, you know
Yeah.
what that is.
I don't know that fat baby.
Oh, neither of you guys know what that is?
No. No.
That's the Grand Petite. It's from New Platson. When KB's fictional city that just came out in a video, I thought it was really cool, so I put
Got
it.
it.
That is.
Can you explain each picture actually?
Yeah, so we have a T-Rex in the top left, sick as fuck.
Why is that? Oh, because it's.
It goes without saying.
Yeah, I was just trying to personify you.
Oh, I feel that. Is that a picture of the restaurant my mom owns?
Oh, I didn't know your mom owned it. I just knew that you worked at it.
No, yeah, that's my mom. My mom owns that restaurant. She's
Okay,
she's
yeah.
the chef there. Shout out.
I did some Googling.
This is
and,
great.
Yeah, you worked
great.
there.
What's the name
I
of the
worked
restaurant?
there for my mom. Yeah.
What's the name of the
Called
restaurant?
Lantern. Shout out James Beard Award-winning restaurant.
What?
Mom,
It's
let's
one of the
go.
James Beard?
Oh yeah, best chef.
kind
in
of
the-
food?
Asian food.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Your mom's Asian?
No, she's not.
Oh, she's a.
I know.
she's a
It's
local.
controversial. I know.
Got it.
My mom's
And then
Asian.
what's the Arian Foster getting gang tackled by Harrison Smith and the Vikings?
Yeah.
He's actually fumbling. He's fumbling in that picture.
Oh, why is that on my mood board?
Again, it's just sick as fuck.
Okay. Oh,
And it's-
sick as
that's
fuck.
also,
Fumble. Got it.
You can sometimes be retaliative. Is that a word?
Retaliatory.
Retaliatory.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to include that because it's a I mean, we have
Retaliation.
some.
That's Emperor. What's that guy's name again from Star Wars?
Palpatine.
Oh, yeah.
No,
No.
that's General Grievous.
General Grievous. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking Emperor.
I liked
Yeah.
beating him in the Lego
Yeah,
Lego
but-
Star Wars.
All in all, this is, and then we got Nuketown at the top. Which
Yeah.
we of course knew.
Obviously.
But yeah, I just wanted to characterize you, get an idea of what you would like.
This
that-
feels like me.
Yeah, I think this screams you.
This might be my new MacBook wallpaper.
Okay, I would love that.
Love it.
But we can move along here. So now that we understand, we can get some ideas going.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep going. And so I just wanted to put this note in last night while I was making this, that the ideas are going to go up in terms of budget as
Got
we
it.
move from the beginning to the end.
Okay, right now our budget's 0. I'd like you to know that.
Okay, well, maybe you start out with the low budget ones. You get a little,
Got it.
cause some
Maybe
viewership and
I
stuff.
think that we are going to genuinely have to talk to your mom about if the ideas are good enough, she might have to sell the restaurant or at least take out a reverse mortgage on the restaurant
Okay.
to be able to pay for these types of things.
Yeah,
Just
we can
because
talk about
I think
that.
this is more important.
We can talk about that for sure.
Okay, Gartic.
Okay, Gartic Phone is the idea that Mac has pitched to me that I really like. So
I had
Phone
pitched
with
this to
friends.
Oona.
Okay.
Basically, Gartic Phone. You know that game Telephone you used to play with your friends in the schoolyard?
Yeah, where you whisper down the lane, kind of.
You whisper down the line. The first person says something, and then it just gets like jargoned until it's a completely different sentence at the end.
Okay.
This is that, but with drawing. So, like, let's say we were playing it together. Rone makes a drawing of, let's say, a cat driving in a NASCAR race, and then I have to guess what that is, and then Oona would draw something based off my guess, and then it would keep going. You play with like 5 or 6 people. And you get 5 or 6 unique different stories, basically, of these drawings changing. And it's super visual. It's super fun. It's good with, like, the prompts.
I love it.
Like, you can get really silly with the prompts. So this was, like, an example of me. Like, I drew this. So then you would have to guess what this is.
And that is, so that says Survivor?
And there's a guy with a gun smoking a cigarette behind 2 walls.
I thought this was easy.
I mean, I don't know.
So you have 30 seconds, let's say.
Is this Plato's Cave?
I don't know what this is at all.
Call back.
Survivor.
I'm not even.
Is that like
make
the
a guess? So say you have to.
Not
You could even
it's
say
not the
like,
towers.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Not the early 2000s.
Okay.
But you could even just describe it. Man
Does
standing.
a guy
on-
have? Is he smoking a cigarette, or is there an arrow in
Is that
his
a
head?
dart in his head? Yeah, that's what I'm trying
This
to
is for you guys to ascertain. Like when we're playing the game, I can't tell you what's happening.
Okay, so my what I would say is there's a guy behind 2 walls shooting a gun while smoking a cigarette.
That's what I would say too.
Perfect. So you would guess that, then it would go to Oona, and she would have to draw your sentence. But so the sentence that I gave myself when I was writing this was Tommy Smokes doing the Survivor Challenge.
Oh.
So you see how that has already
got
changed.
it.
It's touching the yes.
And then so each time it's going to change until like it just gets weird as fuck. And it goes
Okay.
down the line. It's goofy. It's silly. Good one to play with.
What's Gartic? What's Gartic exactly?
That's yeah.
I don't know. But it's been going on. I've played it
cool
with
word.
a couple buddies here and there.
Okay.
And so one person draws, a second person guesses, a third person draws. How many people do we need?
Kind of need a lot of people for this, right?
It's best with like 6 people, but it could be played with 5.
okay.
It could be played with 4.
We have 6 people around here that would do it, I think.
I think it's fun. It's drawing content for you. It's like fun riffing content for
Put this
you.
under the drawn together banner.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
Yeah. Do you have 6 people in mind? Just rip off 6 people you think would be good.
I think that's for you to figure out. I would say
I got you.
Yeah,
you.
you go.
I'll go Dave, Kelly, Gia, Kate, Oona, and Mac.
that sounds solid.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. 6.
Okay.
White Sox, Dave.
Portnoy.
Oh, okay.
Need Portnoy in there.
Yeah.
I think that this is an automatic hit. Like this should be done. This should be shot within a week.
That's what I said. I said to you, you should shoot it.
Yeah, I
on
have
Friday.
yeah. All right. We'll see.
rip it
We'll
on the
see.
weekend.
We'll see if I can make
What's your
Friday
like
happen.
consternation about this? Why are you huffing and puffing?
No, I'm not. It's just like Matt keeps being like, "Why haven't you done it yet?" And it's like I do have other work. Like I work like 10 hours a day, but
I said I would
I will
produce it
do
for
it.
you.
I will work 15
pro
hours a
bono.
day. I know, and let's do it Friday.
All right, valid. I'm in.
This Friday. Shake my hand.
Friday.
Friday. Rome, will
That's
you
your
be in
left
it?
hand.
Yes. Yes, I'll be in it.
All right, let's make it happen. All right, what's your next idea?
This next one is called Spyfall. I also pitched you this idea.
Yeah, you did. Can you? Yeah.
It's less fun,
Oh, that's fun.
but I love this. It's like 4. You can play this with 4 people, so it's a little bit easier. But it's a social deduction game, which, by the way, #1 most selling game on Steam, I think, right now is social deduction games. So you have 4 people.
I fucking love social deduction.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
same.
saying.
That's
It's
like
the
my
best
thing.
shit
My
ever.
shit, yeah.
Everyone except one person gets a location sent to their phone, so it could be the Harbor Docks, the movie
Right.
theater, the
This is the one that's like
university.
imposter, but with locations.
Yes.
Got it.
And one person doesn't get it, they're the spy. You go back and forth asking questions to each other, trying to figure out who's the spy, and the spy's trying to figure out what the location is. If the spy guesses the location, they win. At the end of the round, you can vote on who the spy is. If you vote the spy, then everybody else wins. So it's a fun game. It
I
has
love
good
this.
banter. You got to think of creative questions. Personality gets involved. It's a good time, and it also gets extremely heated.
I love this.
So I would say you should maybe try and get a Rico.
I was about to say Rico. I think would be great at this game.
I think he would be good.
Okay. I love it.
Let's shoot that. Let's shoot that this week.
That's an easy one. Go over by the couch and rip it.
All right. So how many videos are we shooting this week? Just so I know that.
That's 2 so far.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
I'm also going to need a log of the 10 hours that you work every day.
Okay.
minute by minute, just to make sure that we can fit these in.
All right.
I think that we will be
We
able
can
to
fit them in, all right?
We'll run
I know.
one
All
on
right.
the
I'm
weekend if we
exaggerating
got
a little
We
bit.
can do it in Tommy's house.
I think that Spyfall is. I think we can shoot that this week.
That could
And
be
this could
done.
go under the drawn together banner.
Okay.
I think that works.
That sounds good.
I'm glad I got you.
You guys
Ron,
are the
'cause I've been
best.
pitching her these ideas for so long.
Don't-
and
all
you're
right, it's
making
been-
my ideas happen.
It's been a week and a half and a lot's happened.
It's
All
been
right.
like 3 days.
Yeah.
Code names.
Code names.
This is a classic board game. I told you the other day, Ron, that I think my favorite content at Barstool was game night, which you did with Francis,
yes.
KB,
I brought
and
it up
Nick.
to Francis.
I
How does Francis look like?
Yeah, you kind of
No, that's just
Chatted him out.
That's off.
did chat him out.
Oh, that's
Just like
Google.
handsome Squidward.
Is that how he looks?
That's just how he looks. Good looking guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I love code names. Code names is a classic.
Code names classic. You get a couple like words. You get red team and blue team. You gotta like link the words together. So for this one, obviously for orange and millionaire, you would say Francis for 2.
Right.
I love this.
So this
easy
one
enough.
you need a shot of the cards, which could be tough.
Yeah, it's more doable. You can just get a picture.
But we don't need to get into technicalities. We can
We'll
figure
figure
it
it
out.
out later.
Yeah.
They did it
Miss
perfectly.
code
on
names,
game
bro.
night.
We gotta play code names. I would just run back code.
I love
names.
games.
You did it on
Oh,
game
yeah.
night, and it's my favorite Barstool video ever.
I love games.
Mac, you got pretty good eyebrows.
Do I? Thanks, bro.
Look at me. All right.
Are they not? Are they not?
Can we
Are
get
they a
one
little
shot-
bushy?
Can we get a one
little
shot?
bushy?
Oh, I could tell you, Rod, with those bushy ass eyebrows, bro. Can we get
Back
a?
to Bush.
God damn it! Did you edit your eyebrows?
Where's it? Oh,
God damn, Mac. What are you doing with those brows?
those brows get
Love it.
messy.
I love it. Codenames automatic. Francis for 2 would be huge.
That's a good one. So at this point in the presentation, I just want to take a quick Greenie break. Salute.
Salute to Greenie.
Greenie. You know Greenie?
He like writes blogs or doesn't or something.
The best blogger in probably Barstool history.
Okay.
I would maybe even go just journalism history. He's my favorite. I just wanted to shout out Dan Greenberg.
Okay.
He had a good idea about Kawhi Leonard getting bought out by the Clippers because of their problem, and then signing with the Celtics for like $27 million a year or something like that.
It was genius. That's why he's the best.
Yeah.
But I don't think that will happen, but I respect Greenie for...
Wow, you don't think it'll happen?
I mean, I'm trying to...
Then I know it's far fetched.
My resolution is to be more,
Open.
more open, maybe.
Open-minded?
Maybe the
more
opposite.
reasonable.
More reasonable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Working
yeah.
on my
Realistic.
sense of
Got
reason.
it.
Got it. Fair enough.
But yeah, Greenie the man. Judge Oona,
Oh, I
this
like
is
this.
this is where the
I like this
budget starts to go up. But obviously, you were gonna go to law school or
Yeah.
had thoughts about going to law school.
Yeah.
So you're interested in the law.
For sure.
And this one is actually relevant now. So the description I wrote for this is that there's a lot of social crimes that take place at Barstool. For example, just this past week, Jack Mack celebrated USA Hockey winning gold or something.
I'm not familiar with that, but I'll figure that out.
I don't
later.
know.
Okay.
But in Judge Oona, you identify a defendant and a prosecutor and make them hash out their beef in a court of law.
I love this.
The only thing is the defendant has to always be represented by Meek Phil, and the prosecutor always
Don't
has...
love this as much.
The prosecutor gets Feidelberg as counsel, but he can only communicate through Morse code.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
why Morse code?
Because Feidelberg would beat the shit out of Meek Phil, I think, in an argument.
That's true.
So, also he's just a good-looking guy. I think you gotta break him down.
What if
like
it's-
Harrison
what if-
Bergeron.
Need a hot guy in there, yeah.
What if we unify this idea a little bit and Feidelberg can only communicate through like
Drawing.
a quick sketch drawing?
Yeah, I like that.
Morse code, he'd have to
Good.
learn
like a
Morse code.
courtroom,
I also-
courtroom sketch.
I don't like the thing is I think it's kind of like let's admit it's a bit of a Judge Judy ripoff.
A bit.
But I think it
I think
would
it has
be-
its own wrinkle.
I think it's got a couple wrinkles, but
Kind of more. It's actually closer to Judge Joe Brown.
She doesn't have Meek Phil, so
she
Well,
doesn't
you
have-
also let's actually rewind a little bit. When Meek Phil's name got brought up, and I need you to be very honest about this. You
Yeah.
kind of said don't love that. Are you not a Meek Phil fan?
no, I actually am, and I
Okay,
like
then I
talking
don't
to him.
wanna hear it
But
then. I
no,
want-
let me
I wanted
explain.
to-
Can I explain?
not film that.
I think he backs down from confrontation, and this seems like a confrontational show, and I don't think he's very good in conflict. I think he goes, whatever, and then looks at his phone and then walks away.
Have you seen recently RoneDotCom did a video with Meek Phil?
Yeah, I was in it, and my part got cut. Anyways,
That could maybe be a jury in a case.
Did he back down from confrontation with you, or did he say such nasty stuff to you?
he said nasty stuff, and then when I try to give it back, he goes, okay.
What did he say to you?
he said I was a nobody, irrelevant, that no one liked me. Just a couple things along those lines, but we don't really need to get into that. It was cut for a reason, I guess.
Filmatic.
I like Phil. I like fucking with him.
Fair enough. I just wanted to like open that door up to that confrontation again. I think this is really good. Protesters.
I love Better Call Saul.
Yeah, so Protesters Delight. This one I was kind of running out of ideas. But basically, Oona has to go out into the snowy streets of New York City and protest relatively mundane situations. So as we see on the left, we have...
Kind of looks like him.
No,
Stock
that's
image,
a
stock
stock
image.
image, yeah.
Okay, got it.
But so the left one is season 3 of Better Call Saul was the best season, kind of mundane thing. And then the right is obviously Release the Flies.
Yeah.
See, because I thought that said files.
There you go.
Oh.
It's a little bit of a it's a little bit of like a dyslexia joke.
Yeah,
Um,
that's good.
Wow.
So you got to go to New York and protest these
We
situations.
actually should be making like Release the Flies merch.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny when I was writing that.
No, I think that is funny.
Is
Like,
that a crime?
no, like Lord of the Flies. No, I like it.
Because like when people read something, they only read the first and last letter,
I thought that was creative.
and they just look at the shape of the word. So
Yeah.
like Release the Flies.
Yeah.
That's fucking good, Mac.
That's a break right there. I
I'll
told
be-
you I was gonna get a break.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. That one broke me. I need like a
Yeah,
little.
scrap the rest of the presentation.
Like
Oh,
even just,
there's a
like,
really
pin
good
that's-
one coming.
Okay.
There's a really good one coming.
Next up.
Double O Oona. This isn't the good one, but it's a good one too.
No, I think this is a good one.
Oh, this is what I wrote for Double O Oona. Oona is sent to the Chicago office to spy on Kyle.
Bauer.
Yeah, could be.
That's the idea.
That's
I
the
have to
idea.
go spy on KB.
I just thought Double O Oona was.
I like it.
That's really good. We gotta motor through the last ones because
Alright.
we got oh wait, lunchtime.
This I believe is the last one. This is Lunchtime with Greenie.
Is this the one that you said was a really good idea?
This is my favorite idea, obviously.
Okay.
But so this is the tagline. 2 of Barstool Sports' most electrifying content creators sit down each Thursday at noon for a hearty but light meal. Could be a stew. Accompanied with intense, unwavering NBA discourse. Oona serves as the statistician to Dan Greenberg's color commentary as the pair navigate the league's new rules on cap space, free agency buyouts, intentional tanking, and more. The show is a 3.5-hour runtime and will switch from weekly episodes to daily episodes shortly after the All-Star break concludes.
I like that.
Wait, daily 3.5 hour episodes?
After the All-Star break, yeah.
Okay.
So when basketball really heats up.
Got it.
But this gives you time to shine with one of the GOATs.
I think that these are really strong ideas, and I even hate to cut it short, but we do have
Love
Jersey
these
Jerry
ideas.
in the
Mac, I
waiting
really
room.
appreciate you
that
putting
was
all
the
this time into
conclusion.
this. That was
We
great.
have two action items to take away from this.
Yeah.
Those first 2 ideas need to be shot, if not this week, within a week.
Yeah. Probably.
Within a week.
Probably.
What do you mean probably?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Need to be. They need to be.
Okay.
Perfect.
I don't know. Okay. All right. Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Oona.
you.
Thank you, Mac. That was great.
Thanks, guys.
Unbelievable. Lunchtime with Greenie, I think that should be shot, maybe not at that clip, but that should be shot within a month.
It's going to be hard to get a hold of the GOAT, Dan Greenberg. He is the GOAT. Man, shout out Greenie.
We have, I believe he is the GOAT. Great job, Mac, on that one. Great job by Oona. And we have Jersey Jerry. Jersey Jerry is live right now. Jersey Jerry live from Chicago. Thank you so much for making the time.
Of course, Rone. Thanks for having me. I think it's my first time on RoneDotCom, so I'm a little nervous but excited at the same time.
Dude, I don't think you need to be nervous. I think that you and I are pulling in the same direction, and I want to assure that because there's like there's a lot of Bush in the chat right now, and they're kind of like being like, do you actually support the Bush to me? And they're kind of like on my ass about it, and I earned that. You know what I mean? I brought that on myself, but I want it to be known right now that I'm a steadfast supporter of the Bush, and that I would march into the flames of Valhalla with you boys, and I want that to be known in all seriousness that I fully support what you guys are doing, and I know it's going to be fucking massive.
Yeah, it feels like that. I will say, obviously, a lot more work to be done, but some people take things out of context a little bit. I know, from talking to you and whatnot. Just a little jab, just friendly with Sass. That joke kind of got spun the wrong way, and we all know you support it. We all know. The
I
real
hope,
ones know.
yeah, I hope so. I mean, well, it doesn't even matter because like it's gonna be big regardless. It's not like I'm like king making. It's like you guys are gonna be big regardless because you fucking crush it and you put in the work and you all like. I think you all really care about it.
Yeah, it's it's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like I always like doing a bunch of different things. I kind of never really liked or want to be tied down to one thing because
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very versatile when it comes to like making different type of videos or different type of content. I try to I could do foreplay, I could do a podcast, I could do a live stream, you know. But I will say I'm having a ton of fun with this. I don't know what it is. I think it's just kind of like it brings me back to when I was a little kid, playing Call of Duty, like rushing home after school, in middle school with me and my friend Nikki, getting home after school and hopping on the game. Then our mom's coming home from work and we got to hop off and do homework and then get back on again. But the video game Call of Duty is like bringing me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of, you get those feelings back and it's like, oh shit, man, I used to love this shit and I love it again.
I think the fact that there's people pushing against it makes you guys a tighter unit too. You know what I mean? Like the fact that that you're running into stuff with Austin, like it makes you guys like fight stronger together. Like like the more resistance, the more you guys are like five hands or five fingers turn into a fist. It's like it makes you guys more powerful.
Yeah, it's I'm still trying to figure out that whole situation because I will say this. Austin has been a great addition when he can be a part of, some owners meetings and whatnot. And now Austin says he's given like 5% of his time and effort into the bush. And then you fast forward, or you could rewind rather than fast forward. You go back and you look at, Saturdays and Sundays when we live stream these tournaments and the major one. And Austin's in the chat 24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, he's dialed in.
Yeah.
So, like, is it 5% or is it 75%?
Right, exactly. I'm glad that you're in on Austin and that you see what's going on. I brought it up today that Austin is the shadow puppeteer of Barstool Sports right now. He is in charge of a lot. As Dave kind of gets to enjoy his money in his retirement, Austin takes a step forward and he's involved with this, he's involved with that. He's making calls about booking or hiring or time spent on this or that. And it's like, we see what's going on, Austin. Like, it's not, we are bringing it to light here on RoneDotCom exactly what Austin has been doing. And I think it's completely personified in what he's doing with the Bush. I don't want to spend too much time on him, though. I want to talk about Nikki Numbers.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to talk about Nikki Numbers. Nikki Numbers is a revelation. I think Nikki Numbers might be a star.
Yeah, we definitely I think could be a star. But at the same time, I think he doesn't want to be a star.
He wants to be a star. He can't deny that there's a star within him.
He knows. He knows there is.
So then why would he tweet? If he, you know what I mean? It's like in Good Will Hunting. It's like if you don't want to be like a mathematician, then why are you going around like solving the problems on the chalkboard? Why is he tweeting the some absolute heat about going over to his grandmom's house in AI? If he doesn't want to be a star, then why is he out there being a star?
I think when it comes down to he is, I don't know if I'm not going to say what it is, but if he continues this path, there will be some repercussions. I will say.
What do you mean?
He
doesn't answer to anybody. He doesn't.
You're right. He doesn't answer to anybody at the moment. But the bigger you get, obviously, the more people take a deep dive in to you.
There's stuff to find out.
Yeah, exactly. So, listen, like I said many times, Rone, he's a great guy. deep down, you got to dig deep, but he is a great guy. But at the same time, he's a really bad guy too.
Did he talk like that first, or did like you guys talk exactly the same?
Well, we've been best friends since we were 5 because so he lived like 5 houses down from where I used to live with my mom. So we would hang out with each other, honestly, probably like 6-7 days a week.
Why is the chat saying Nikki Numbers is a bad man?
You know, he's got listen, everybody got demons, right? Everybody got demons.
Everybody does.
You know, everybody does.
Jesus had demons.
He's got dark demons, man. He's got, and you know, obviously my prior, history and stuff. It gets darker than that. His is darker than that.
Darker than that?
Yeah.
What about
a lot of stuff? A lot of stuff. He's, okay. So all this stuff, he can't ever get prosecuted for. I'll say that.
So statute of limitations.
Exactly. So, we're past that point. That got cleared up, I want to say in circa 2019, I believe it was 2019. So we're past that, but it's a tight group that knows about certain things, it's only, I would say max, maybe 5 to 6 people.
Sass, Mook, do they know?
No.
It's better that they don't, huh?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna keep, taking numbers in bits and pieces. And hey, who knows? Maybe numbers one day is like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
I also think that with Barstool, sometimes it's one person out, one person in for hiring and stuff like that. So, like, say you were in Austin's role of being in charge of the entire company, who would be out so Nikki Numbers could be in?
Ooh, okay. Out, I'd say. Let's say probably Barstool Greg right off the top.
Yeah. What does he do?
Yeah, probably Barstool Greg, just because he's probably the newest. Yeah. And ever since he joined I feel like Kansas City, kind of went to shit as soon as he got hired. And
their football team, yeah,
they're just not relevant right now anymore. So, nice guy, but probably out.
And it's for your childhood best friend. Somebody's got to go.
Sure.
You know what I mean? No offense to Greg, but
No offense to Greg. No. Listen, he's the new kid on the block. So
exactly, and that's how it has to go. There's a pecking order. I think that there's room for Nikki Numbers in the organization, and I think that if he got in, maybe he could have the protection for whatever he's, that dark stuff in his past. And of course, there's always time. First, the past is the past. Second of all, there's always room for forgiveness and reconciliation. And I don't know if it's worth him ever owning the story, or maybe Bush does like a documentary on Nikki Numbers, and it's like, this is what I did, this is my dark past, and now, now everything's good.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. Nikki's similar to my story in a way. Kind of just, Nikki's now a fireman. You know what I mean? So he has a great job.
So he's a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero pretty much. Exactly. He's saving lives.
The Bush has lost two guys off the roster thus far.
Yeah.
And I think that people worry, will Bush be able to replenish? But I think that through talking to Sass, it's like, no, Bush will always be able to replenish. Bush is like FC Barcelona. Bush is like Real Madrid, where there's always going to be some 15-year-old from a favela in Brazil that's going to be able to jump in and play. Am I right about that?
Yeah, so I look at the Bush kind of how I look at, I would say, the Patriots, for all these years. We came in, we're hot. It's like as soon as Brady started with the Pats, when Bledsoe goes down, Bush comes in, new kid on the block, they're like Brady. And we're going to be dominant, and then there's going to be that downtime eventually where like, hey, this Call of Duty season, all of our guys are going to the CDL. We're going to have to eat shit, maybe for a year or two, but the content will still be there, whatever. And then right back again, So I think Bush is always going to be that org that's consistently, they win a lot, but also at the same time, you're going to have a year maybe or two where, you struggle a little bit, but the content will always be there. Maybe the wins won't be there, but the content will always be there.
And it's like you're going from Deion Branch to Wes Welker to Julian
Exactly.
Edelman. It's like there's different. It doesn't matter, as long as the power structure is intact. Now, is it worth it to move up for you guys, or are you guys good where you're at for the time being?
Right now, for the time being, really good where we're at right now. I would say, listen, a lot has to happen, for Bush to go to the CDL. Number one, it's pretty much gonna have to be like Dave and Big Cat realizing that like this is like a totally separate like brand now. They would have to hire a
Nikki
bigger team.
Numbers.
Yeah, they would have to hire a bigger team. They would have to pretty much pay, well, they would have to pay, our players' salaries, which are, I don't know if you've seen the numbers, Rone, but some of these players make a lot of money. So you have to pay each player's salary, flights, hotels. They would have to get probably an apartment for these guys to live in. They would have to get PCs and a room for them to play every single day together on the same exact internet. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. It's a big nut. It really is. It's a big nut.
Say Bush is all living in an apartment. If it's CDL and everybody's locked in, they're all living in an apartment. Do you have to send girls over? Do you have to send some working girls over there to make sure that they're satisfied? And is that a work expense? Do you send?
Yeah, so
over?
I don't know about it. I think it should be an expense,
Yeah.
just to keep the players happy. I think we would let probably Numbers handle that type of situation.
Right. I understand. now. Yeah.
I think he would be good for that.
Now I understand. Yeah, he sends some girls over, and it's just like you keep everybody even.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
stop all the infighting, and then everybody's not at each other's throats. Because I feel like you need that if everybody's living in the same apartment.
Yeah, you do. You need that. And listen, there's some times where like players, they make enough money to where, hey, this year I made 50,000. The next year I made 100,000. Now I'm making 150,000. I can kind of just, do my own thing. I don't need to live in an apartment with other guys. They go their separate ways. But still, the facility, they would have to, go to the same facility every day.
A facility, like a practice facility type.
Exactly.
Of deal,
like
the
the
NFL team.
Barstool like game room here, or whether it be in Boston or New York, whatever the case may be, they would have to have their own type of little facility room where they have their computers, their setups where they go every day and they play together.
The chat earlier said something that I do not agree with. They said something very nasty. They said that Sass does not do the work, that Mook and Jerry do all the work. And I said, that's not true. I want you to dispel that as well.
That's not true. That's not true. I would say, Sass is doing also a lot of things that people, don't see. One thing I will say about Sass is, I like, from what people have said and from what I have seen, from my time at Barstool, I think, I don't know, you can say no to this, but I feel like he cares about this more than anything. He's ever cared about.
Yes, 100%. More than anything he's ever cared about.
Yeah, he's like totally locked in. He's great on camera. He's really funny. The only thing I would say, and it's not even negative, it really is if he just puts his face out more. You know what I mean? Because every time he's out there and says something, like, dude, he's hilarious.
Yes.
So, but we talked, and the boys had a chat last week. We're gonna start streaming more together as a group, with me, Sass, and Mook playing the game together. And I think Sass is gonna, flourish when it comes to that, because he's funny as shit.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, I just want him talking more. It's just he's so damn fried off that Zaza that it's hard for him to. But also that's a benefit for you guys, because what are we gonna expect you to be bringing a pack out to Dallas the way that Sass flew out with the ounce strapped to his leg like he was fucking smuggling? No, it's not gonna be that. Kurt Jackson in our chat said, get a big enough content house that you could host a round-the-clock Shore House style clip show and have the gamers be confined to the basement type of thing. I don't think they have to be confined, but like the house is the idea.
So Rone, listen, Optic used to do this thing years ago, and I got to catch up and I got to watch some of these videos. The chat's going to know more than me, but they had this house, this Optic house, where their players, it was pretty much an apartment or a house or whatever. Their players lived there, and they made content around, like, daily content, weekly content around them living in the house, playing, Call of Duty and whatnot.
Yes.
So it's kind of like Barstool Beach House in a way, but like a totally different type of vibe, obviously.
Or like right after Kai Cenat did his subathon, I think FaZe did a house subathon, and everybody in the house was live the entire time. For I mean, maybe you guys don't have to be live, but clips, you know what I mean? Just flooding the zone with clips.
It's a great idea.
But yeah, Sass, I think I think he is more bought in. What do you think?
You should have seen it. You should have seen him with when we actually went to Major 1 in Texas. Like, I was even more like, when it came time to like be at the house and whatnot, making content at the house and talking to the guys. Sass took that over. Like, Sass was the guy in the house that like the players gravitated towards, talked to the most. I think a lot of that had to do with probably, the Zaza, the Sass packs.
Right, exactly.
The sessions and whatnot. Obviously,
Yeah,
I don't
loud.
partake in those activities.
Of course.
But there was a lot of laughing going on when they came back into the house with Sass. And
I mean, they
whatnot.
were probably crying from laughing because their eyes were so red. That's the only reason that could that could have been. But that's good. That's good. He's good for morale. That's good for him.
Yeah, he is, dude.
But it's
he
like,
really is.
you think that we could get like 4 hours a week for him for Son of a Boy Dad, or do you think that he's more like he's pretty locked on the bush right now?
No, I think 4 is fair. I think 4 is
good?
very fair. Yeah, 4 is very fair.
And then what about when we want to do like Fish Week? That doesn't take too long, but it's like I also want him to be able to play his game, be on the game, and like you think I could like Visitation rights, like maybe like every 3 months I get an extra day with him.
Every 3 months, an extra day, Fish Week.
During the week, never weekends.
So the only problem we might run into with that is on a, Wednesday and Thursday is the elites. So we would have to, figure this out when it's not the elite week. But if it's not the elite week, he's all yours.
Okay, so so we have to figure out Elite Week and then make sure that we don't step on Elite Week. Obviously, Bush is going to take precedence, but I just want to make sure I could carve out little bits of time. Just it's like he's damn near given up fishing. Like
he doesn't fish no more.
He doesn't even fish anymore. No.
I'll tell you what, Rone. I'll give you a negative a little bit. He's actually addicted to the game.
Yeah, he has a very addictive personality.
Yeah, he's addicted. There's times where, I hop on for a little bit. Sass is on. I'll take like whatever, hanging out with the kids and whatnot, put the kids to bed. And nights I don't stream, maybe I just hop on the game a little bit. I remember I hopped on the game I forget what the reason is. I got woken up out of my sleep, I think, from like the police sirens because I had my window cracked. And it was like 2:33 in the morning. I hopped on the game and Sass was on. And that's like 4:00 a.m.
Yeah.
East Coast time.
Yes.
And it's like,
and he acts like he doesn't do that, and that's why he's so depleted, because he cannot stop. And it's like, if anybody's going to be able to recognize the signs of addiction, Jerry, it's going to be
he's
you.
Addicted.
He's addicted.
He's addicted.
And there's worse things you could be addicted to, but my God, we're going to have to start walking around with some Narcan just in case it ever gets to it. All right, well, I think that you and I think that we're in a good place of being able to share Sass, and I just want my little, I'm just asking for weekends. I don't want full custody of him.
Of course,
and I'm not asking for any support payments for you guys. It's just like the time spent, and I think that's just enough.
Of course,
for us. But
you know what I think would be great, Rone. I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
What do you think about Atlanta? You ever been to Atlanta?
I love it.
Major 3 is in Atlanta. I think it would be extremely fun, because by that time I think the Bush are going to have some sponsors behind us. I think it would be hilarious and a great vibe if you and Francis joined Major 3.
Oh my God! This is an official invite?
Yeah, I got to talk to Sass.
Of
obviously.
course.
It's his team, But I'll talk to Sass and Mook and see what they say. But I think it would be incredible vibes.
Could I bring the streaming backpack?
Of course, I think that makes it even better.
Oh, so I bring the streaming backpack. We go. Yeah, that would be amazing. Like
I think you would be. I think you guys would be fascinated on some of these players and whatnot, and the pit and all that stuff. And we're gonna have the best of the best setup when it comes to Major 3 in Atlanta. We're already working with them on that. But dude, I think you guys would have a blast. It's so much more fun than what you see just on TV or on a stream.
That's synergy right there. Like, I think whenever, like, if Jason Williams comes on Son of a Boy Dad, then, like, both the shows I'm working on, two of the shows I'm working on, they have synergy. They're going in the same direction. I think if Sass has both of his brands under one roof, that's synergy. Everything's pulling in the same direction. I would love that. I would love that. That's such a nice olive branch. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I would love to make that happen.
Jersey Jerry, an absolute pleasure. We're going to do everything we can to get Nikki Numbers in. I think full-time Nikki Numbers I don't want to take him away from his firefighter job, but you know what I mean? Maybe there's a way that...
What about if we start off by maybe letting him go into the office, maybe New York office? Maybe we talk to Dave in Austin, unpaid, but maybe once a week just to stop by and just hang out.
I think that I'm in the let's ask for forgiveness, not permission type of thing. I think we just we go over Austin's head. Obviously, Austin's the guy in charge, and Dave is, he's on a yacht soaking in some rays, eating a piece of pizza. But I think that if he just comes in, like, he's more than welcome. I'll set him up with something, a little station or something like that, some coloring books or something like that, and we'll get him right.
I love that.
That would be so nice. He's always welcome here. You're always welcome on this program. We fully back the Bush over here on RoneDotCom, and I think it's only the beginning, my brother.
Me too, brother. Me too. I can't wait.
Thank you so much, Jersey Jerry. W's in the chat for Jersey Jerry. Absolute stud. Huge things coming. Anything? What's next? Anything like big coming that we could kind of look out for? Obviously, you got a roster spot to fill.
Yeah, we filled it. We filled it yesterday.
Oh, you filled it.
We filled it yesterday, Rone, and I got to tell you, there's going to be people in the chat that can attest to this. This guy doesn't miss his shot. I don't think I've seen him miss his shot yet.
Jesus Christ.
He's a shooter. He's just 24/7 go. You're dead. If he sees you, you're dead. That's it. You can't do nothing about it.
That's the kind of guy that you need. The bigger the Bush gets, the better the talent's going to be. Back the Bush. Make sure you're buying the merch. Sub up. And gift some subs, too. You know what I mean? You never know what Jerry will do for some gifted subs.
You never know.
You really never know. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, my brother. What an absolute stud. Jersey Jerry. Things are good. Oh, you see like kind of reflection of me back there? This has this kind of dystopian double me look. Shout out to Jerry. Like, we're here. We're all here in the same page. We're all like pulling in the same direction, and like I want to pull. I also think that we got some very illuminating nuggets in that one. Sass cares about the Bush more than he's cared about anything else. I knew that was true. It was hard to hear. As a guy who started Son of a Boy Dad with Sass by just coming over to Sass's desk one time and being like, hey, do you want to start a podcast together? And just being in it with him for years and years, week after week, not missing a week ever, and just hearing that he's... But at the same time, I'm happy he's happy. You know what I mean? It's bigger than my feelings. I would love to be out there for Major 3. That'd be so sick. Son of a Bush Dad. That's nice. That's really nice to hear. Bush Gaming. Yeah, it's sick. So I'm happy to hear all that from Jersey Jerry. And I mean what I say about Nikki Numbers. I think the ceiling... I mean, it's awesome to have a Jersey Jerry at your company. We realized that we could just have two Jersey Jerrys working at the company. We realized that there's somebody who is the exact same as Jersey Jerry, and maybe even like a more screw loose version of Jersey Jerry is incredible, and that's really good. Fuck, I mean. So should I get Tommy? Should I get Tommy in? We're tight on time. I hate to do this to Tommy. We just got to bump Tommy a week. I think we just got to bump Tommy. We got to bump Tommy.
Workshop it a little bit.
We'll workshop it. Yeah, I mean, I think that the idea is solid. I think that getting the right four people
Maybe Numbers. Maybe Numbers comes in next week
Yeah.
and plays Tommy's game.
Yes, that'd be so good. And just have him, cracking a high noon and, you know what I mean? Just living a little bit. High noon, of course, but maybe he comes in, he gets a different drink sponsorship. Yeah, I think we just had a bump. So Rone got a new fan for life after that. That's love. I don't even know about what. For bumping Tommy? Fuck yes. Thank you. Yeah, W's for Tommy for even being willing to get bumped, even though I don't think he knows yet that he got bumped. Light on videos this week. Nothing really. Oh, we got one. We got one. Oh yeah, this is actually just a classic. Do you guys remember this one? Kyrie, Iman Shumpert, and Jordan McCrae. I think whenever this video comes on my timeline, I'll watch it like 100 times. I don't even know what this is ripped from. Remember Jordan McCrae? I think he went to Tennessee. He was on the Sixers for a little bit. But these brothers, they shouldn't be allowed to have such silky smooth voices once they're so damn good at basketball. But I think they just were cooped up in a hotel room and filming themselves sing. And I get why he knocked up. Who did he knock up? Tiana Taylor? Yeah, I get it now after watching all this. Not only can he sing.
Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? Girl, I bet you I can wed you.
The
Really
cuts.
nice and slow.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I wanna be where you are. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing. Baby, you're so romantic. Baby,
Another
I
cut.
can be in your heart. So many things I want to tell you. I think that I should start by saying.
And the pitch changes when they cut. They're just riffing.
Oh yeah, I saw you from across the room.
I'm going to ask you to replay that entire video in 1 second, but I think the underlying point of all this is that's cool. Catching a harmony with your bros is cool, and it's like acapella just gets it wrong. It's just like the attitude of acapella groups gets it wrong, that there's just something like inherently a little bit, I don't know if it's like not corny, but like buttoned up and like maybe corny, like
Pretentious, maybe?
maybe, yeah, it's like too pretentious about like some regular acapella groups where dudes are catching a vibe and it's just like they're all trying to sing like under the board. Like it has to be slick like that. But when some bros, like imagine just being able to kind of like sit around with your bros and vibe out and just like go in riff offs. I think it's pretty clear that Jordan McCrae is the best singer of that group, but Kyrie and Shump, they're better hoopers. They can hold their own. One of the, like, it's a little bit choppy here, but the clip where they cut to the three of them and it's like their three faces in a row. Let's just watch the whole thing again. Let's just watch the whole thing from the jump one more time.
Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow?
Look at that 3-part harmony.
Girl, I bet you I can wed you. Really nice and slow.
And Shump getting the...
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday.
Ooh, yeah.
He hit that one, bro. That one's crazy.
Ooh, I wanna be you.
And then the slow pan up.
Ain't nothing wrong with dancing.
As they come into the
Baby,
camera.
you're so romantic. Baby, I can be in your heart.
This is one of the best basketball videos of all
So many
time.
things I want to tell you. I think that I should start by saying.
All three of them leaning on the window. And they keep on stopping it and they'll sing for 1 second.
Oh yeah, I saw you from across the room.
It's amazing, bro. It's so good. I just wish, I mean, not to put anything on my friends that I currently have, but I just wish I had a friend group. And I mean, I wish I had a voice like that where I could just be able to riff with my brothers like that. There has to be more they're not putting out. I totally agree. Can we lock those guys in a room again? Like, those had to be the greatest times that they ever had in their life. Like, if you ask them what they were on the Cavs at the time, like, if you ask them their best times in the Cavs, it's like when the Hut had that interview when he left college and he was like, what's your memories you're going to miss? Just going out to eat. Like, what memories are you going to miss, Kyrie? Like, just being able to fucking harmonize with my boys. There's nothing like it. It's so nice. Mac, I'm going to need you for the next time we have a stream to be able to fucking hit a 3-part harmony with me, brother.
For sure. I'll work on it. I'll get the pipes greased.
Amazing. Grease your pipes. I don't know if we're gonna do a walk around next week. Any places that we recommend that we walk around? I don't know if we go out to Queens or if we take it back in the studio. We can figure that out. Bringing Caroline to sing too. It's just like there's just something nice and sweet about their voice. Mary, Mary. It's so nice. Walk around Williamsburg. We already did that video, Kevin, but I appreciate that. We could go East Williamsburg. Tommy Smokes is pissed. Okay, he's pissed. He said, I'm listening to RoneDotCom as an enemy right now. And we didn't actually even get to should we just bring in Tommy for 1 second to talk about your beef with him?
My beef with him?
All right, well, we'll save it for next time. RoneDotCom, appreciate you guys all for tapping in. It is always our pleasure to be able to rock with you guys, and we'll be back next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that, until the goddamn end of time.